Hi, it's Bob the Hippie Gardener. Hey, if you're a gardener, come on. What we're going to do today is we're going to plant some garlic because it's September 29th and it's time to plant garlic because you plant garlic in the fall, of course. So let's talk a little bit about the kinds of garlic that you can plant. Basically, there's two basic types of garlic. One would be what we call a soft neck garlic that looks like this, what you see these. And the other kind would be a hard neck garlic, meaning that it has a stem to it like this. So either one of them though, what you do to get them ready to plant is you just kind of take the cloves apart and you plant the individual cloves like this. And each one of these cloves will turn into a head of garlic. And you want to leave the shell skins on these as much as you can. Kind of protects it from the soil a little bit. So these are the soft neck. And then the hard neck ones have this little hard stem in the middle. That's why they're called a hard neck. And they come apart the same way. You just gotta kind of muscle them apart to start. And you take the individual cloves apart like that. So what I do with garlic is I plant it about 6 inches apart in rows 6 inches apart. So I have some rows already marked here in a bed directly into the ground here. And we're just going to plant these about 6 inches apart in these rows here like this. And I plant the biggest cloves because they're the ones that are probably going to do the best. You know, if you got enough space to plant all the cloves, well, that's good. But if you don't, plant the biggest ones. That's the way to start it. And I've tilled this ground up a little bit and put some organic cow manure in it. So it's got lots of nutrients in it. In addition to planting garlic in the fall, there are some other crops that you can plant that are in the onion family in the fall. So there's things like walking onions, or what they call Egyptian onions, that form these little bulblets that they fall over and then they start in wherever they fall over, so they do like this walking motion. And you can also plant something called mother onions. And mother onions are kind of like a shallot almost, in that you plant one onion bulb and you end up with like 7 or 8 onions. And I'll show you some of those here in just a second. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. I'm going to plant the other half of these here of hard neck to start out with. And then we'll do a few rows of the soft neck. So now all you have to do with these when you plant garlic is then cover them up. And these will start growing now. And then they'll come up a little bit out of the ground, get a little bit of a top on them. And that's fine. And what I usually do before the snow comes is I usually throw some straw on them, but you don't even have to do that, they'll survive. Hardneck garlic you can grow in even the like zones 3 and 4. It's really frost hardy or cold hardy. The soft neck garlics are a little less frost hardy, so they can be grown from zone 5 to zone 7. So if you're in those zones, you can grow softneck and hardneck, which is what I do, is I'm in zone 5C. And you would do the same thing here with the softneck garlic. So we won't do that yet here, but let's take a look at what these mother onions look like here for a second. These are called yellow mother onions, and you can see that they're just round bulblets, but if you plant this one, for example, you can already see that that's going to form 3 or 4 onions on it, and all of these will do the same thing. So what'll happen, you'll plant this one bulb, and then you'll get a cluster of these like this in the fall. So and that's what you do with these. And you plant them exactly the same way as you would garlic. You put them down a little bit below the surface, and you're going to plant these in the fall too. So that's how you plant your fall onion crops